Well, it's another week and it's going to be another tech show, but it's not a beta now. No, it is no longer the beta tech show. It is now the quick tech show because I tried to keep this to like 10 minutes or less, so I thought maybe quick tech show made sense. Plus, a lot of the other names I thought up of, so did other people with YouTube channels. So, quick tech show it is. Alright, let's get into the news then for this week. This week, it looks like Apple is discounting Apple Watches for in some stores with a purchase of a new iPhone. Which some people are thinking that this is a sign that maybe, you know, the Apple Watch isn't as successful as maybe they thought it would be. Though you could also see it as the Apple Watch goes right along with the iPhone. So truthfully, I think that discounting it along with the purchase of an iPhone makes sense. The other thing this week, Google is moving on from Chrome OS and making it into Android. So for those people who have Chrome OS laptops, sorry. Though they say that they are still very committed to Chrome OS, I don't know how they can say that, since they're kind of getting rid of it, sort of. But whatever. I guess this won't fully happen until like next year. So you still have support and, you know, time. New features probably will come at some point to Chrome OS before it's folded into Android, I'm sure. Last thing, the Apple TV came out this week. Well, you can buy it this week. I know I bought one, and it should be here like a week. No pre-orders or anything. It just all of a sudden came out. So the new Apple TV has Siri in it and access to the App Store. So if you have the old Apple TV, you may want to upgrade to the new one. If only just to get rid of that little silver remote for something a little better. Okay, now let's do some questions. And the first one is, how do I AirPlay Netflix? And you can AirPlay Netflix. I wouldn't really recommend it because it doesn't really look right, but you can do it. You have to go into your AirPlay settings on your phone and tell it to mirror the display, and once you do that, you know, Netflix should show right up on the screen. Though you just know that it's gonna look a little weird. It isn't quite the same aspect ratio, and it's gonna go. It just doesn't look right. There's better ways. I mean, if you already have the Apple TV, there's already Netflix on it. Just sign into that. Next question is, should I buy my own modem and router? And the truth is, as far as the modem goes, you can. It's whether or not it's really worth it to you to save that little bit, because most cable providers, they charge a small fee, of like a maintenance fee or something like that. It might be listed under, or renting fee for, having their cable modem that they give you. If you get your own, they can't charge you that fee. Though there's other fees that I'm sure that they charge you for too. As far as the router portion, definitely always get your own router. It usually, if you buy your own router, it's gonna be leaps and bounds better than whatever your cable company is going to give you, or whatever modem router that they give you nowadays. So modem part, up to you. If you want to save a few, like a buck or two, then go right ahead, buy your own. Router, always get your own. It's always better to have your own router versus using their router. And the last question for this week, what program should I use to back up my computer? The truth is, there's many answers to this question, and I'll start with Windows. If you're on Windows, you have backup kind of built in, where you can use file history. That is the backup for Windows. You can just plug in like an external hard drive to your computer and tell file history that this is going to be your backup drive, and it will just back up anything in your like libraries, your documents library, your pictures library, videos, music. You can do add custom locations too. If you're looking for online backup, once again, many options. You can use like Carbonite to do backup. You could use like SkyDrive. No, not SkyDrive. It's OneDrive now. To back up things online. As far as Windows, there's so many options. You can use. I use Glacier for most of my stuff. For like it's more of a long-term storage solution. I mean, if you need it, there's gonna be some wait time with Amazon Glacier. But if it's not stuff that you use every day, or constantly are pulling, losing and pulling down, then that's an option. As far as the Mac, Time Machine works great. Time Machine has saved my butt so many times. I know some people have issues with it, but I've really never had an issue with Time Machine. It works perfectly for me, and it's just saved me so many times. But as far as online backup, iCloud, OneDrive, Google Drive, Carbonite, these are all things that will, that you can use to back up online. Carbonite will do it automatically. iCloud, OneDrive, Google Drive, you can just put what you need into those folders and it will sync it up to the cloud. So those are all options. And Glacier will also work with the Mac as well. The problem with Glacier really is that it takes time to set up, and you have to use a third-party software to actually access it. So depends on how geeky you want to get with it, as far as what how you want to back up. So that's it. That's all for this week for the Quick Tech Show. Also remember, every Wednesday we do a quick tip, and leave your questions in the comments below, or email them at mikesworldoftech@gmail.com. Till next week. Bye.